So the argument about Trump right now, of course, is that they're going after me because they really want to go after you and I'm in the way. And obviously that argument is insane. But I don't even know if his attorneys know how to make that argument. I'll show you what I mean. This is attorneys, I think. Hold on. This is Trump attorney. They want to bleed him dry. On Tuesday's Carl Higbee Frontline, that's unfortunate, Trump attorney Jesse Binalll calls out the political persecution of his client, and MSNBC claims that the justice system is benefiting him because anybody else would have to surrender their passport and would have had to at least post bail, and be limited in their travel because they're fucking on the hook for 78 felonies.
Well, an internal Facebook document suggests that an FBI agent lied under oath about communications he had with Facebook to suppress the Hunter Biden laptop story. Weird. Now, House Judiciary Committee...
Show it. Because they didn't tell him to do it. It was all a suggestion. We've seen all of it. Never mind.
Chairman Jim Jordan has been investigating these alleged ties between social media and government's role in censorship.
By the way, that was during Trump.
Congressional correspondent Kamani Dukart has more from these developments from Capitol Hill. Kamani?
Chairman Jim Jordan says his House Judiciary Committee and House Select Sub...
It's very serious. I don't know. Hold on one second. I gotta open this guy up. 1 second. I jump this over here, and then now I'm gonna need. Let's see. I gotta look in here. Sorry. Okay. Now I just felt like I felt kind of left out. Hold on. This should be better. How about that? Okay. Anyways, you were saying, ma'am?
Committee on the so-called weaponization of federal government have...
I don't know. Maybe I overdid it with the lipstick. I think it makes me look cheap.
Uncovered smoking gun documents that were...
Smoking gun? How do you pronounce that again? Sorry?
Called weaponization of federal government have uncovered smoking gun documents.
Smoking gun. I see.
Documents that reveal how the U.S. government and big tech have worked together to suppress free speech online. Jordan has...
Terrible. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Has zeroed in on Elvis Chan, a San Francisco FBI agent, as a key player in facilitating...
I thought he would look kind of different. I was expecting big sunglasses, maybe a large collar, rhinestones.
Communications between...
I was not expecting him to be in front of a bed in front of a bed sheet I mean, he just blends.
The Bureau and big tech as part of the FBI's Foreign Influence Task Force.
Oh, no.
Jordan says Chan met with Facebook on October 14th, 2020, the day the New York Post published the Hunter Biden story.
That's weird. Did they wait?
But lied about it in an ongoing federal investigation. In his testimony, Chan claims he was unaware of any communications between Facebook and the FBI about the Hunter Biden laptop story. These statements...
How about Facebook? Other than that meeting you referred to, where an analyst asked the FBI to comment on the Hunter Biden investigation, are you aware of any communications between anyone at Facebook and anyone at the FBI related to the Hunter Biden laptop story? Chan, no. I mean, I think, obviously, the meeting is that meeting. Is that what the meeting you're talking about?
They're part of a lawsuit that were brought by Missouri and Louisiana against the Biden administration, which...
Well, oddly enough, not against the Trump administration when all of this actually started.
Accuses the White House of suppressing free speech.
You do realize that when the Hunter Biden laptop story came out, Donald Trump was president. You are aware of this. And now get out of my pool.
Meanwhile, the House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer says he will release more bank records this week.
Very exciting. Bank records. Oh, God. Oh, it's bank. I'm sorry. I get so excited when he says bank records.
Week, we're told from an Oversight Committee spokesperson, those bank records will be from Kazakhstan, Ukraine, and Russia. Hunter.
Very excited. Oh, my God. I thought that was Comer and using the same filter I'm using.
Biden reportedly received a $3.5 million wire from Elena Baturina, one of Russia's
Well, you know what? You pronounce it your way, sister.
wealthiest women and the widow of Moscow's former mayor. A Senate report says it was sent to a Rosemont Seneca Thornton account.
Right, and they invested it on her behalf.
An investment firm co-founded by Hunter Biden.
Well, no.
Last week, Devin Archer testified that in the spring of 2014, then Vice President Joe Biden and Hunter Biden met with Baturina at Cafe Milano restaurant here in Washington, D.C. The White House counsel's office releasing.
And that's why America has a military base in Moscow now. Or doesn't. Which one is it? I don't know.
A statement today saying reports of that transaction have been debunked by the Washington Post. Meanwhile, the House Oversight Committee has pointed out that Baturina is the only Russian oligarch not to be sanctioned under the Biden administration.
That is so strange. Is she? She hasn't been sanctioned. Is she? We're sure that she's the only Russian with money. What? And by the way, what gets your status as an oligarch? That's what I want to know. What makes you an actual oligarch? Did they give you an award? Is it like the YouTube plaque, which if people would just fucking subscribe, I would have one by now? God damn it.
Kilmany, thank you.
Yeah. Whoa. Hey. I gotta. Sorry. Turn this off. I was worried he was going to get excited.
Unbelievable.
Yes, you're right. It is not believable.
Well, the more we talk about Tanya Chutkin, though, the judge in the Trump's J6 case, the more we learn that she's probably one of the most partisan judges that could ever have possibly been assigned to this.
Eileen Cannon. I'm sorry. You do realize you're an asshole, right? You realize Eileen Cannon was actually appointed. She got her job because of Donald Trump. And if we're okay with her running it, we have our complaints. But none of us are like, that bitch should be run off the fucking bench. Like, she's going to do her job or she's not. And this is just life. And this is lesson learned.
This trial. In addition, her past business dealings have raised a lot of eyebrows, to say.
Oh, my God. Not eyebrow raises. God forbid.
At the very least.
Yeah, at the very least.
As we covered before, an investigative reporter recently discovered that the judge worked at the
under the umbrella.
Same law firm as none other than Hunter Biden.
Under the umbrella.
Between 2010 and 2014. And in May of 2014, that same law firm conducted business with Burisma via the president's son. Say it ain't so.
It ain't so. Why'd you skip the phrase under the umbrella?
So here's a simple question.
Here's a simple question. Why don't I mean, that seems weird. Hold on. Okay. Snopes. Oops. Biden judge 2014. Okay, something like that. Judge is trying to do what you say. Okay, here we go. Let's see. You worked at a law firm that also employed Hunter Biden. It's true. Okay. On August 1st, this better gun found on charging in the case. Man, the D.C. judge on Trump's indictment case. And it is a fact that we're both. Here we go. This is the breakdown of it. Here you go. That Hunter Biden and Chutkin were both employed by or partners of BSF. It is also factual that BSF provided service to Ukrainian company Burisma, on whose board Hunter Biden served. Chutkin worked at BSF from 2002 until the time of her appointment on the D.C. circuit by Barack Obama in 2014. She was made a partner of the firm in 2007. Biden, meanwhile, held the title of counsel at BSF from 2010 to 2014. After joining the board at Burisma in 2014, as Hunter Biden described in his memoir, he recommended the consulting services of his law firm to help the company implement corporate practices that were up to accepted ethical snuff. Why'd you leave that part out? Burisma paid BSF at least $250,000 for its work. In sum, it is factual that both Hunter Biden and Chutkan worked under the umbrella of Boys Schiller Flexner between 2010 and 2014. It is also true that BSF did business with, as we rate this claim as true. And this is the part that he cut out. And this is why they did work for Burisma. After joining the board of Burisma in April 2014, as Hunter Biden described in his memoir, the secret book that is only out because James Comer leaked it, he recommended the consulting services of his law firm to help the company implement, quote, corporate practices that were up to accepted ethical snuff. Burisma paid BSF at least $250,000 for its work. And then, of course, the head of the company had to flee because you buy access and you get it.
Are you angry yet?
No, I'm not angry at all. And you're always angry. So
I'm way past that point.
Does anybody think he looks like Stu from Glenn Beck's show if somebody popped him?
Keep in mind, as a taxpayer, like it or not, we are funding this witch hunt against the political persecution of Donald Trump.
Man.
Whether we like it or not.
I like it. Is that okay? I mean, a lot more of us like it, for the record. Statistically speaking, more people like it.
Federal government can commit unlimited resources and deploy total hacks like...
No, they can't. They have a limited amount of it. And goddamn, you couldn't find a worse picture of his nunt?
Jack Smith, Tanya Chutkan, in its relentless effort to put Donald Trump in a jail cell or at very least out of the race.
Well, I think both. I think we can do both. I don't know why you feel like both. I mean, he's committed enough crimes, 78 felonies. Believe me, if it was you or I, we'd be in jail by now.
And when Donald Trump defeats these charges,
which he won't do,
and is rightfully vindicated for any wrongdoing.
Any wrongdoing? Have you seen the pictures of the boxes in the shitter?
Have
you heard the tape of him saying, this is classified, I shouldn't be showing this top secret, and his assistant or whoever's there going, well, now we're in trouble, and him going, I could declassify this if I was president, but I can't because maybe we'll talk to somebody about declassifying this, like he was going to fucking call Biden an ass.
What news does he have to recoup his time, his energy, damages, finances that he used to clear his name?
He's never going to clear his name. He doesn't want to clear his name. He wants the Trump brand forever to be associated with the guy who did the crime and got away with it anyways.
Joining me now to help answer that, Trump attorney Jesse Binalll. Jesse, appreciate you being here.
And live from the Betsy Ross mansion.
The number one thing is, Trump tweeted out the other day, you go after me, I go after you. But in this case, can he really recoup any of the moral, legal, and emotional damage that's been done?
Moral. You're not gonna roll the Access Hollywood tape right now. Moral. He was just found. The judge just ruled in his E. Jean Carroll case that the jury had found him to be a rapist. Moral? If he had any morals, we wouldn't even know his name right now.
At this point?
Yeah, Carl, that's a great question. And
it's so good.
Fortunately, right now, the way our criminal justice system is set up,
where you can't get out of it even if you're rich. I don't know what the fuck happened. America sucks.
There are not many remedies to go.
Yeah, for a guilty person. It's difficult. Normally, I would advise my client to flee, but he's too well known and no one likes him.
And recoup your life that you've lost while the federal government has been going after you.
I'm sorry. Central Park 5 says what?
The process really is the punishment in these cases.
No, it isn't. No. And you as his lawyer should know that there will be a punishment on the other end of this. The process itself is not a punishment. If anything, he's saying it isn't. He's saying it's actually helping him. Whose side are you on?
There are some very rare cases where you can get some of your costs paid back to you.
Yeah, in a civil case.
But it's exceedingly rare, and you'd probably have to go to a court in Washington, D.C. to do it.
Oh, the irony. He never wants to. You know what? If I was him, I would refuse to ever set foot in Washington, D.C. ever again. Period. End of story. Sorry.
So you can guess what that's probably going to be like for Donald Trump. And the simple fact is, this is why that they want to go after him, is they want.
Because he committed a bunch of crimes and you have to prosecute them, because otherwise people will, if they release secrets in the future, they'll go, well, that guy was a private citizen and when he did it and you didn't arrest him. So what's the basis for you bringing a case against me?
Want to do everything they can to bleed him dry, and not just him, but
well, I mean, obviously he's not paying his legal bills.
Also, Trump supporters for the amount.
No. Jack Smith is not trying to use up campaign funds of your average maggot. That's Trump's decision, asshole. I thought this motherfucker was a billionaire. What do you mean bleed him dry? I'm serious. The dude is supposedly worth $9 billion if you ask him. There's no way all these cases combined cost $100 million. Tops. Bleed who dry? Is he rich or not? Look, you cannot have Donald Trump as a fucking client and then go on Newsmax and claim poverty.
The amount of people that they have brought in front of the grand jury and labeled as potential subjects in the investigation, they're bleeding those people dry right now too.
Well, I mean, it was an easy way around this. I mean, they could have not engaged in the January 6th insurrection. I would have probably, they could have, if they'd have just stopped short of breaking the law, it's really cheap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, look, they're charging everybody up and down the pipeline.
What pipeline? Oh, the insurrection criminal conspiracy pipeline. Right, sure. I didn't realize there was a pipeline, but, in an
effort to try to get them to flip on the man. But let's watch this.
Why would they? Why would they try to get him to flip? What's to flip on? I don't understand. What could they possibly say? You can't get somebody to flip if the person's innocent. What are they going to do? Tell you, yeah, give me a deal and I'll tell you he's as innocent as I am.
This clip, though, from MSNBC, the dredges of that place with Joy.
The dredges of that place. Oh, that place with the budget?
Reed. She made this desperate attempt to compare January 6th to the riots at Union Square in Friday. Look at this.
Yeah, I can't believe it's not. If people saw this because it was on real TV.
Famous person summons a crowd to a specific location using social media. Turns into a riot. Dozens arrested on the spot. Not a year later, like the MAGAs who attacked our Capitol on January 6th. Our criminal justice system is definitely bifurcated, but not bifurcated against Donald Trump. Bifurcated in favor of him.
Yeah. And no malarkey detected.
Jesse, that'll be the first time I've ever heard anybody on the left ever say that. But I mean,
say what? We've all been saying this. What are you talking about? Everybody notices that Donald Trump gets way more rope than everybody else.
This totally different cases.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah, it's right. Yes, you could argue that a PlayStation, those folks who showed up at Union Square had a higher chance of getting a PlayStation, every single one of them, than those assholes on Jan 6 had of upending our democracy. Thank God.
Oh, of course, they're completely different cases.
Yeah, I mean, did you see how many black people were at the other thing?
And most importantly, when it comes to President Trump, he encouraged people to peacefully and patriotically make their voices heard.
No, he said, walk down there, peacefully and patriotically walk down there. And then he said, but you're going to have to fight or you're not going to have a country once you get there. If they don't do what we need, you're going to have to fight or we're not going to have a country left. That's basically, it was like, don't tear up the shrubs until you get there. Otherwise, they'll know that we mean business before we get there and they'll defend themselves.
And what we've seen time and time again is that.
Why did he take it out of his speech? Why did he take, I'm going to walk down there with you, we're going down to the Capitol. Why did he take it out of his speech? Why? He planned on it. He was apparently pissed. Remember, he attacked his Secret Service detail because they weren't going to take him. Why'd he take it out? Because if he'd have put it in, there'd have been a lot more cops there to stop that crowd.
The justice system in D.C. has ignored not only President Trump and his rights, but the rights of those who support him. So when President Trump says that they're not.
what the rights of those that support him? What? They voted, didn't they? He lost fair and square. They got to vote. What other rights are you talking about?
Not coming after me, they're coming after you.
Yeah, that's gibberish. That's it. Well, tell you what, he should, you know what? He should roll on them. He should just, save himself. He should do what Giuliani's going to do to Trump. Trump should do to all of MAGA. I didn't do. They made me do this. They forced me to do it. If I didn't do that, these motherfuckers will kill me. Have you listened to them?
I'm just in the way, and he's.
I would snope that a half truth, because Trump is kind of in the way.
He's absolutely right, and we're seeing that time and time again.
No, we're not.
That the establishment, the
establishment. That's adorable.
bureaucratic establishment in Washington, D.C., that really runs this city.
They run the city? Did they run it when he was president? Because, he lost while he was president. This isn't 2016. He was president of the United States when they ran this city in a way that he apparently lost. Are you telling me he's not the leader I think he is?
They cannot stand Trump. They cannot stand Trump supporters. They want to get back to the days where they ran the country regardless of who was in office.
Yes, Democrats have always run Washington no matter who was in office. During Reagan, Bush 1, Bush 2, those were all Democratic policies. I don't even know why we even bother to run for office at all.
Democrats and Republicans could come and go, but the bureaucracy would always reign supreme. Donald Trump's the first one to challenge that. And
no, he's just the first one to try to violate the Constitution and keep himself in office like he's Xi Jinping.
That's why they keep coming after him.
No, they keep coming after him because he keeps criming. You do realize if he'd have just turned those boxes of documents back over, that case wouldn't have even happened.
Yeah, it's almost like fire everybody and say you can never work for the federal government if you've worked there for, a period of time in the past.
Yeah, I would say, like, you mean like Newsmax is going to do it with everybody that... Oh, you didn't hear? You didn't get the memo. Shit.
Jesse Binalll, we appreciate you being here very much.
We so do. We do. Newsma. Newsma? See? Yeah, see? It's Newsma. That would be a better name for a thing. Newsma. See? Yeah, see? I love the fact that, because someone is not going to let him break the law like he has for years, or make him live up to the terms of service of a fucking social media platform, that suddenly that proves that there's an evil cabal trying to shut him down. Whereas the rest of us are like, remember all that shit about if we did 5% of what Hillary did, we'd all be in jail. That's true of him. Ugh, just so aggravating.